Is it going to be my boy Shedeur Sanders? Is it going to be my boy Cam Ward? Or is it my boy Travis Hunter? Which one of them three going to be the first one to get picked out of the 2025 draft? Let's talk about it. What is happening, my YT gang? Y'all already know what time it is. We are back with another one, you dig. And just like I said, man, I'm trying to figure it out just as much as y'all trying to figure out who is the Tennessee Titans going to pick first when it comes to this 2025 draft. The Tennessee Titan president of football operations, Mr. Chad Brinker, had a whole lot to say when it came to this conversation on who he feel like should be the first one to come out of that draft. So let's go ahead and check out what he had to say about this whole situation. Run that footage.
We got to look at all the options, but the one thing I will say, if there's a generational talent, you don't pass that up. You can't pass that up. And if we feel that there's a generational talent right there, what we call a blue player, a guy that is a franchise type player, the player that tips the field in your favor every time they step on the field, like you cannot pass that up.
Now, this is what I got to say about that. If you're really looking for that player that you just described, if you're looking for that blue player, if you're looking for that generational talent, the one that everybody got to watch and worry about if you're on the opposing team every single time he step out on the field, you got to go with my boy Travis Hunter. No disrespect to Cam, no disrespect to my boy Shedeur, but they ain't that type of player that you naming right now. And maybe I'm tripping, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm going to ask y'all. Let me ask y'all this question. Out of the three players that we just named, right, or that I just named, whenever they step out on the field, if you was on the opposing team or if you was a fan of the opposing team, which one of them three players would you be more worried about? Which one out of those three players that every time they touch the ball, your heart skip a beat because you don't know what they're going to do when they get it? If it ain't Travis Hunter, man, you out your mind, man. Bro, you're tripping, bro. If you ain't say Travis Hunter, you out your mind. This is one of those type of players that is a diamond in a rough. I guarantee you that you will not see another player that is this good going into the draft within another 2 years. I guarantee it. But I ain't the only one who has something to say about this whole situation, man. Let's go see what my boy Cam Newton and my boy Stephen A had to say about this whole situation. Run that clip.
There's only one blue player, according to that reference, in the draft. It's Travis Hunter. I mean, when you think about the Tennessee Titans as a whole, there's not a lot of players that you think about just in the history of the franchise. Steve McNair, rest in peace. Eddie George. Those guys, they haven't played in 2 decades. So when you think about who's been the franchise player, you instantly thrust a guy like Travis Hunter into the fold. Now it gives you that type of identity that we want to go after. And, you know, generational player, he said it in his own words.
Nice soliloquy. Decent take, Cam. We disagree. I'm not passing up on a quarterback when I got Mr. Mayonnaise, Will Levis at the quarterback spot. I'll be damned if I'm going to do that. I'm not doing it. I need that. That brother need to go. I got to get me another quarterback. I can't tell my team that, you know what, work your tail off, bust your tail, do all you can, you understand, because we care and we're trying to win, and I'm going to have Will Levis as my quarterback. It cannot happen. Now, that's not to say you can't get rid of him and get somebody else. I understand that, please. I truly, truly do. But here's what I'm going to say to you. Shedeur Sanders ain't no damn slouch. This brother has that it factor. Everybody says he can ball. Now, if you can't ball and you got a bunch of Daniel Jones in the draft, I get that part. That's not what they saying about Cam Ward. That's not what they're saying about Shedeur Sanders. And when you have the kind of pedigree that Sanders has had, and he has shown himself to be a big-time quarterback, I'm Tennessee. I'm not dismissing that possibility. I'm not ruling that out. That kid can be the future. And that was Travis Hunter's teammate. Remember, Shedeur Sanders at one point was a Heisman candidate. It's just that Travis Hunter took it to another level because he's on both sides of the ball. You understand? And playing every down. It's absolutely incredible what he's doing. But y'all have always said you're not winning in this day and age without a quarterback. They don't have one. They don't have one.
I got the
I'm going Shedeur Sanders.
Now, let me start by saying, Cam Newton, boy, you're trill, boy. I don't know how you forgot to mention Derrick Henry when it comes to that generational talent down there in Tennessee, boy. But I'm going to let that slide, my boy. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. Now, I do agree with Cam Newton when he was talking about generational talent. They need to go out there and get my boy Travis Hunter. And I know I ain't played Dan part, but Dan is another commentator over there in Fur Tape. But what he was saying, I agree with too. Get Travis Hunter, go make a trade, and get somebody like Trevor Lawrence. This can become a grand opportunity. You go and make that trade, get my boy Trevor Lawrence, a very young, talented quarterback who's very experienced at the same time. You put that boy Travis Hunter at receiver, you got you something. And then I don't know if Calvin Ridley going to be there next year because I ain't really looked into his contract, if he going to be a free agent or whatever the case may be. But knowing that he does have experience and he has a chemistry already when it comes to Trevor Lawrence, man, you can't beat that. At that point, all you got to do is surround them with more talent. And I guarantee you, the Titans will see a shift. It may not be a major one to where they're getting in the conversation to win the Super Bowl or nothing like that, but I guarantee you they will see a difference in their win and loss ratio. You get what I'm saying? I would rather do that than to go and grab a brand new quarterback, a rookie quarterback. But I do know that these two quarterbacks will go out here and have good and hopefully great seasons. You get what I'm saying? But come on, man. You can't look past my boy Travis Hunter. You just can't do it, man. But like I said earlier, if this player fits your description, if he check off every single box that you listed when you said this is a type of player that you can't look past, then you got to go get him, man. And it ain't nobody else coming out of that draft pick that fits that description, like my boy Travis Hunter.